So this is the real drag. It's these steps, yeah, because it makes that happen. I'm in the wrong shoes.
Is the path here about this wide the whole way?
In some areas it's wider.
Is it getting wet now? No.
Not really. This is pretty, I mean slightly, but not much. Two people can always walk past each other. There's always going to be room for a mule and a person to stand. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that's where that. All right, now we're recording. Just, I've realized how wrong the shoes are, so be really careful. Slipping is, so this is it. I mean, this is what's the real hassle for Chris and I. Just the down. This down was worse.
Going up.
Yeah, going up is just work.
Because it's slipping.
No, it's the, just study your foot when it hits. You're hitting on the balls of your feet, and your toes are taking all the abuse. There's been no mule rides recently. Well, we'll see. Huh?
What time would they have taken off this morning? Always the same time?
No, I think 5:30, something like that. But
you can see their footprints.
No, you're gonna see their poo. Yeah, poo. Yeah, so they're here. Yeah, this is I don't know how old that is, but a day or two, a couple of days, 3 days.
They generally like to go on the left edge there. Or does it not? They go wherever.
The only thing I've been told about the mules is that they're quite expert. There's never been a case of a mule slipping. And I think a mule did die one time because, I don't know, it had a heart attack, some freak accident. And Chris and I were coming back, and I finally spotted the hole in the tunnel, and I realized, okay, we are now really close.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning.
The other kid is uphill, has the right of way.
What?
And to you. And to you. Morning. It wasn't me, right? No. No, it was them. This should go about an hour before it gets too hot. It's the real deal, my man.
I keep thinking about you guys next weekend too.
But now you see the problem with doing this, right?
Yeah.
You're constantly looking at your feet. And if you're going to look,
which you should be, though.
You have no choice. But if you're going to look, we'll get right here and we'll stop.
Yeah.
No, you have no. If you want to look, you've got to stop. We got somewhere much further down below where Chris, we were just missing it. Just the view. It was getting down here and looking up and seeing this face. It was just like we're missing it as we're walking.
Yeah. I mean, at the beginning, you weren't probably stopping looking at much either. Right?
We weren't. The first time is, you know, I now realize in hindsight that it seemed far more stark than it was, even though it was, I wouldn't even say the words, but had I known, like I said, had I known how close we were, I would have said, listen, I know that we're 3/4 mile away, we just got to keep moving. Now, Terry and I are going to end up doing this for, I think it's 15 miles down, probably four, I don't know, 14. Morning.
Getting the sun here.
Now, there are times you get the sun, there are times you don't. Yeah, that you can see the trail all the way down there. All the way down. Good morning. Where are you headed? How far are you gonna go?
Well, depending on how we feel.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, we're just very short.
Yeah.
Very short.
You'll be doing it all next weekend.
Yeah, no refunds. Well, it's the intention anyway. But now most people do, Terry said most people go south to north. And it's because you end up the day in cooler temperatures. Meaning you get through the box earlier in the day.
Or people do that way or not?
Yeah, people go from here to north.
Yeah.
But this whole thing was, if we're going to do it, let's do it almost basically as hard as we can. Then, when you talk to other people in your life, oh, you've done that? Cool. When'd you do it? May? Doesn't count. We'll see. It's all fun and games until I'm ready to lie down. I do know, you know, we were up in Canada, and I was speaking to people that take hiking like really seriously, and you know, it was like a club, and they say, you know, they're gonna do a really long hike. They start at midnight.
Started midnight.
Yeah, and I think for this entire week I'm just gonna get in bed at 7, so I can try to fall asleep earlier, only because I know the Friday morning wake up is going to be early no matter what. So if I can have a little bit of you know, anything I can do to offset how bad that'll be.
On that night, do you think that your sleep will be? I mean, you're going to be anxious? Or you're
No.
be able to sleep?
Oh no, I'm not anxious at all. Mm-mm. No. You know, and the reason, and I wasn't the last time either. But you know, I liken it to like, see, this is it right here. So you're walking, you're like, okay, how do I minimize the wear and tear on my joints right now? You know. No big deal when you've been doing it for 20 minutes, but 6 hours and 20 minutes? I liken it to like...
That's what I'm trying to, like right now it's no big deal, but yeah, I mean when you're out here for that, I'm sure you can.
No.
Any kind of exertion.
It gets, where it gets real is when your elevation really drops and the heat just, it's a furnace down there. Great lookout point. The north rim's got to be in that direction. Somewhere right there.
With a little
Between those
nipple
two
there.
buttes. I don't think those are really buttes, but they may be. Would be my guess. Pure guess. Here, man, give me your thing. Get here. Yeah, hell yeah, that's the deal. Here, let me get one like this. All right, dude. Got it now. Now, if you want to be, if you want to do it, let's just go to 1.5 Resthouse.
Let's do it, but you think, what about Christiana?
No, I mean,
Okay.
no.
Not doing this?
No. She wouldn't be doing this. Yes, but she would not. I'll make a guess that she would not want. She would not want to commit to the 1.5 Resthouse.
If we do the 1.5, what time do you think we're going to be back? 9:30?
Well, we've already walked 1 mile,
1 mile.
according to my watch, which,
So we only have a half a mile?
well, I think it's a lie, but if I would guess, I would say it's going to be 2 hours and 10 minutes from the time we started.
Started at 7:05 or something?
So we'd be, yeah, my guess is we'd be back by 9:15.
Okay. I'm fine.
Chris slept like shit, so an epic hike this morning.
How do you feel?
Yeah. You know, I was up. You know, the beds were small. Had I,
The beds were small.
there's
Angie told me 3 or 4 times.
there are just not options here. You know, these rooms were built a long time ago, but you know.
But to be honest with you, Angie complained much more at the
Yeah.
other 2 hotels that we stayed at, Key Largo and
You know,
Which
and I get that because you know why?
is good.
You expect it to be clean.
Yeah.
Here you expect it to be a national park.
You're right though, these shoes suck.
Yeah, these are. We have to be mindful about slipping. They're not the right shoes.
Yours look like they're even smoother than mine on the bottom.
Yeah, well, when you get hiking boots, it's,
That looks a bit different.
yeah, I mean, the what he's wearing with the low ankle, well, what he's wearing with the low ankle, I wouldn't wear those. You need something with ankle
I have a
support.
pair like that. I don't think I have them here. They're at my brother's house. I have a pair of hiking low ankle. These are Columbia's though, so they're probably nothing.
Well, neither are mine. My Merrells are just whatever, $150. Yeah, you can spend $350 on hiking boots. And the ones that I just spent a lot more money on, they're garbage. Or I'm doing something really wrong.
I have a higher pair of Timberlands too. I don't know if those are any good either. Yeah, these steps, man. I
Yep.
Totally see.
Yep.
Even when you, in between them, your ankle can buckle a little bit.
And it just goes on and on.
And right there, where you have it smooth there,
That's the first time you're here, you're like, ah, great, it's going to smooth out now from here on out. Nope.
Totally give it. You're only half a mile in. Or a mile in. There's some fresh stuff here.
Yeah, could be from yesterday.
Riding the mule, does that really hurt your lower back and butt?
My dad and Terry didn't complain about it very much, but I've been on a horse, and I just
You've been on a meal?
I've been, yeah, probably. Good morning.
Stop making fun of me.
How are you doing? Good.
Hello.
You just coming back from the Phantom Ranch?
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl.
Robert. Basically, people don't even know.
I would, I believe that. I'll get you something when I'm there on Friday. They got at least, they've got something that you can't get up here. It says, I've been down, or it says something. But I'll get you something from there.
Like the one that we saw in the window frame.
Yeah, and it
Maybe
could.
that's why that can't get that up here.
Yeah.
It's just showing an example.
And when we were there, the canteen was closed, and there wasn't much. So we're gonna let these people pass us.
Baby. So that guy was saying, he's just finding in the trade.
But that's the truth, Jeremy. I mean, if you feel like, you know, that you've never had any sort of heart palpitation in your life, like your heart skipped twice, 30 minutes on the treadmill, start it 3 days a week, start in October, and then decide.
I never had any problems. 2 years ago, my doctor did say I had an irregular heartbeat, but I went, had it checked out, and everything was fine.
Yeah. Well, you know,
How much?
30 minutes on the treadmill or whatever, that's, in my opinion, it would be better. But, I don't know. Just another 7 miles. You're almost there. No, you're a mile away. You're good. But you heard him breathing, and it's just work coming up.
The last few I did.
Yeah, the last few, yeah.
Right there at the back. If you need any water, let me know.
Running water?
No, if you need any water,
Oh, well, one.
there'll be water at that station.
Yeah, water and a toilet, if I recall.
That's right, too.
Yeah.
This is just great.
We would, there were times when we wouldn't walk more than just a tenth of a mile, Jeremy, coming back. Tenth of a mile, Chris would have to break. We'd find anything flat,
Break for a rest or
just
break for water?
no, just to bring the heart rate down. Find something flat and just sit, let the heart rate come down, and then continue on.
What's the longest, I know it's tough to say, but what was some of the longest periods that you were in the sun?
When we
You
were,
didn't get any shade.
yeah, there were parts of, well, the starkest would have been along the Colorado. There was a stretch there where there was absolutely no shade, no possibility, none.
Where we going, Coco?
Indian Gardens looks a lot closer now. Morning.
Right. That couple that was ahead of us really took it.
They kept moving. Notice how much the temperature drops when you get in the shade?
Yeah.
It's noticeable.
Very nice. Feels about 20 degrees.
There's just something to the view. I think what happened with Terry really was just leaving money on the table. When him and my dad rode the mule, he felt like he left money on the table. That's why all this started. But he's never missed a workout preparing for this since last year.
When you do the mule, you'll have a guide with you.
Oh yes. You've got 2 guides with you, and these people are professionals.
Really? So front and back?
I think that's how they are. And I think it's 10 mules a day. That's all that are permitted to go down. And you've heard the story where the night or the morning of, there were, my Terry and my dad, 2 of 10, right? There were 8 cancellations. 8. So the point was, and you now know my dad firsthand, and you know that he'll talk to everybody, ask a million questions. Now, to some people that might be a minor irritant. To other people, they like to be a voyeur and just not participate, but they're edified by the process of my dad asking all these questions and the people answering.
Yeah, I'm one of those things.
Well, okay, fine. So, but for Terry being one of those people, he got to listen to him and my dad were on a private tour.
Yeah.
A private tour with 2 people with higher education that could tell you everything.
Getting many good information.
Oh, it's for the whole trip.
More than you normally would have.
Of course, way more.
Yeah.
These people can look and tell you everything about the age of the stone.
Yeah.
And my dad's proud because he hiked it with my brother, and he's gone down with me.
When you hiked it with your brother, he walked that, right?
Yeah, him and my brother hiked to the Phantom Ranch, stayed overnight, then hiked back out the next day.
How old was your father when you did that? Older than you are now, or?
No. My dad would have been 45.
Nice.
But he also never wasn't drinking beer. So, morning.
Morning.
I would think that there's the second tunnel. And we still have cell service.
Yeah, I suspect that. From Angie, of course. Just stuff my radio a bit. Did you get a picture of it?
Well, I've got the GoPro going.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Come on, legs. Don't quit now. Oh, betcha. Yeah, something's not right. Be able to see it. Yep, you can see it now. It's right here, Hank.
Up above, it looks like it's way down there. You know, when we're at the rim, to me, it seems like it was.
You can't see mile one. This one we can't see. We can see 3 Mile.
Oh, is that the one that we're seeing?
Yeah, yeah, we're seeing it. We're halfway to that one.
Oh, and that one obviously is undone.
Hey, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hey,
Morning.
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 Take your time.
Sorry, thank you.
That's all right. I'll tell you, we were down like south of Indian Gardens, and there was a couple that we saw. Good morning.
Good morning.
There's a couple that we saw, and they were medically obese, and I thought to myself,
When was it?
well, when we were coming up last year, and we
Doing your hike?
we overtook them, and I thought, I don't know what, because this lady, she was really 10 steps, take a break.
How far were they on the trail?
They were probably 5 miles down. Water, toilet. That's your water. The restroom is there, so I'm going to go there for sure. I would imagine you need to as well. Yeah. All right. You don't get just a little. You get it all at once.
I guess it didn't remember the first time.
Yeah. Next time you'll be a pro.
I guess so.
Yeah. Beautiful, right?
And was that when?
And there's shade here, which we never stopped, but 3 Mile has that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way down here.
Let's go.
But this is it. Now, when we were here, there were a lot of people here coming up. 67 minutes. So not awful. Times 18. Oh boy. Oh god. 1.5 mile. Yeah, doing the quick math in my head. It's gonna be a long day.
I couldn't do it. I mean, I could go, I think, 2 or 3 miles.
I think you'd be surprised what you're capable of. This is where the party is.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know why it blends to.
Morning.
Angie.
Okay. All right. Oh, shit. Well, how do you feel? Good, right?
Want some water?
Yeah, gonna have some water for sure. No, stay. Yes, sir.
You can continue on this way here.
Huh?
This is where you continue on.
Where we walk back? Oh,
No.
to go down? Yeah, we have to go back down. And yes.
This just ends, dead ends over here.
All right. You stick to the smaller orifice, and we're all good. Reminds me as a kid when we were, me and when we were little kids, like 6. My mom would make a bowl of popcorn, and we all share a bottle of Pepsi. And my mom, the last inch was all backwash. My mom was like, "Quit backwashing into the pop." It's little pieces of popcorn in there. They're really gross. Yeah. No. Just on, yeah. Solar panel, whatnot. You know what I think I should do? Maybe tie my shoes. How about that? How about if I tie my shoes? Then you'll be able to decide for yourself if up or down is worse.
So you think up would be better, huh?
It's my opinion. It's just work. Going down is more slow torture.
Music to my ears.
Whatever you decide you want to do, I'll do it with you. Next year, though. I won't have time this year, because if we're going to camp, we're going to go to Indian Gardens and actually sleep overnight, like those guys did. You have a backpack and you have all your stuff. You gotta have a permit. That takes time.
Oh, those guys got permits.
Oh God, yes. There's no sleeping out here without a permit. I mean, there are people that for sure must do it. But last time we were at Indian Gardens and this guy was down there, and the park ranger basically, the guy seemed suspicious for some reason, and he basically started to talk to him, and the guy, he says, "Oh yeah, did you camp?" He's like, "Yeah, we camped." He's like, "Oh, all right, well, you have your permit?" He's like, "Oh no, my buddy's got the permit." And then, like, within a minute, the guy just kind of like walked away from the ranger because there were other people talking to the ranger. But the ranger went up to him later and said, "Yeah, when's your buddy coming by? I want to see the permit." So there was no buddy, most likely. And so who knows? I mean, we had to get a move on. So I don't know what happened. And when we were, everybody was congregated around the water. We didn't, right there where that guy in the red shirt is. We didn't walk to the bathroom. We didn't need to. Getting to 3 Mile was tough. Between 3 Mile and here was tough for Chris. It just was.
I can't believe Chris did that whole thing.
She can't either.
So I bring it with me for the road.
That's amazing.
Boxes to.
Yeah, the trail goes here. Here, I think it cuts back there, and there's probably switchbacks behind there.
I'm trying to see then where I didn't see it again though.
No.
She's so
Hey, guy. Don't bite me. Do not bite me. Last year I was telling everybody, if I don't make it back, find the GoPro on my chest. It'll be proof I was pushed.
Did your GoPro turn back on in the bathroom?
So what's funny is it didn't turn on. I walked in there and started the initial process, of the business that's typically only done in a restroom, and I realized the camera's running. So if you heard a beep, it was me turning it off.
Oh,
Yeah,
you did that last time.
probably did. But no, but for real, if we had turned back 5 minutes ago and we kept our same pace, we'd be back at 9:30. We'll be close. Took us 67 minutes to
Actually,
get
I
here.
don't think we started it because I met you in the lobby at 7.
But that's the thing. How long did we walk to the trailhead?
It had been closer to like what, 7:20 maybe.
When we had a good length just to get to the trailhead. You know, it was a quarter mile. We'll try to time it walking out.
I think I took a picture so we started, right? Here's the picture of me at Bright Angel Trail. That was a 7:36.
Okay. So it took us less than an hour to get here. 55 minutes to this point right now. So we've been down here for 10 minutes. Now, doesn't it
We'll
seem
take another one.
a lot worse? You're on the trail and you're like, oh my God, it's not.
It was 7:36. So
It just,
we did that pretty good then.
yeah. I started my,
Oh, it felt longer.
yeah. I started my thing when we left the lodge. That was 67 minutes.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's do it. Let's make this thing happen.
People waiting for us.
That's right.
Did you go out for breakfast?
Because there's the garbage cans.
Yeah, I don't. She didn't say they were. I would doubt that they would have. It'll just come to a point where we have to decide, you know, what our game plan is. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Uphill hikers have the right of way. Don't bite me. All right, 8:32 we started.
Okay.
So
Let's stop, get on, fill up the bottle.
see how long it takes to get up.
Good morning.
And to you.
Morning.
Want to fill it up? Or are you okay?
No.
Oh yeah, I'll put a little bit in there.
Water.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Put your head underneath it.
No, we're good. Here's the power line. Right above your head. Goes all the way down. Or that could be a telephone line. Because it's a hard line. Sorry. You guys got plenty of water if you're going further?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
All right.
So, another hour down. 2.
Here, let me get a picture of you right there. Give me your phone. Proof you were there. Okay. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 6. Proof you were there, my dude. Yeah. I spent a lot of time playing with my camera when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But it was, you know, It was just all analog, nothing, no digital cameras, all film.
Can you turn your GoPro back on?
It's on.
It's on right now?
Yeah, I turned it on since I got out of the bathroom. I would have brought them both, but frankly, I didn't expect we'd go for the whole whopper. And right here, man, you do hours of this and it's like, ah, just takes it out of you. We could stop at any time. Take a 2-minute breather. There's a couple of rangers.
Correct. I don't get how.
What's the jurisdiction?
Good morning.
Hey, good
How are you? Good morning.
Have a good day.
Very cool.
See how they move?
Yeah.
They move quick.
This is like, you see them and then you don't.
Yeah. You'll notice, at least I feel like I noticed, when you see them, they look in your eyes. They're trying to,
Even if you have sunglasses on?
well, the guy made direct eye contact with me.
Yeah, when you sit on
They're assessing, and they're probably taught to do so. I gotta restart my watch. I'm not loving how it's not been tracking my heart rate real well. It stays stuck. I'm gonna actually restart it. And to you. Good?
Morning.
Morning. All you gotta do is get to where those trees are. I'm gonna stay right here.
Need that.
There's mules coming, so I want to move to the side.
Okay.
Y'all can scoot up there too. Thank you guys.
And what they say about these mules, their eyes, they can see all 4 of their feet at one time. So they know where their feet are going.
Set up.
Those would have just been 2 wranglers.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
weren't
Yeah.
part of this.
Yeah. They could be going down. Actually, probably what they're doing is going down to get a trash haul to bring it up. They'll pack mules with trash.
Uh-huh.
That could be what they're doing. Or relieving people that
Doing
are
something
down there, yeah.
in regards to that,
Yeah.
for sure.
Either at Indian Gardens or I thought Phantom Ranch was closed, but Terry said there were people there.
The what?
Phantom Ranch.
A couple more minutes, Rich.
All right.
You gonna make it? You call a mule?
Yeah. I'm gonna jump on the next mule that goes north.
Young lady, keep the heart rate down. That's the key.
See you guys. See you up there.
And instantly it gets hot.
Shade.
You figured at least 20 degrees, right?
I'm thinking 20, 25 degrees.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the rangers will tell you down in the box, you have the opportunity to get in the creek and fully submerge yourself, you do it. Your clothes, your shirt, whatever, that'll be dry in minutes. Fucking thing. Yeah, well, it should, because it's real. You're higher than Denver right now.
But didn't bother me on the way down.
Thank you. Yeah. Shade here. Flat rock kind of here. Good morning. How are you? Is there mule poo around here? No, sir. Next stop, we'll break for water. Mule poo gotta be around here. How you feeling? Good?
Yeah. Just what goes down's got to come up, right?
Shady resting spot.
Yeah.
Shade's a good spot.
The math is undeniable.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is where the intense treadmill pays off. The first 10 minutes is very easy. The next 10 minutes is basically just as easy. But for the proceeding 20, it gets gnarly. And I park it for 4 minutes straight at the worst incline and then slowly bring it down. So the recovery time is good. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah. Those mules are shit machines. We're getting there now, buddy.
Are we?
Yeah, look towards the top. We're noticeably higher than we were. This is tunnel 2. So we should be for sure halfway.
Well, my name on my birth certificate, so a few years ago, was Jason. Jason Jeremy Dieter.
So what happened?
I had to convince him to come up with paperwork that throughout my whole life, everybody called me Jeremy.
So what is your name at birth?
Jason.
No shit.
Yeah.
So how did Jeremy get worked into it?
Yeah, my mom, because there were many Jasons,
Ah.
2 other Jasons on her block,
Huh?
kids. And I guess she decided to call me by my middle name,
Oh, there you go.
and that stuck forever.
Yeah, it's not the battery. It's the overheating. The battery.
Turns on when you rest in the shade.
Yeah,
Or go in the bathroom.
just touched it. I'm like, oh, it's noticeably cooler. I mean, it's too hot to the touch when it stops. But when I'm done, I'll probably just sell both of these cameras on eBay. 'Cause well, maybe I won't because there's going to be, yeah, I'm not, oh yeah. Yeah, tunnel 2.
This isn't field 1.5 miles. Feels like we did 1.5 miles.
Yeah. Yeah, well, 40, 10, 25 maybe. We'll see. We'll do a location check in 10 minutes. Hey Siri. Let's check. Ooh. One hell of a view. Naples don't have any views like this. A lot of people don't realize uphill has the right of way. Morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Okay.
Resting? How are you?
Morning.
Into you. How was the Phantom Ranch this morning? Good?
we didn't really make it to the Phantom Ranch.
No?
No,
Could you see it?
not really.
Have a good day.
You too.
Next week. Oh man, look at this view. I think I only stepped in mule poo once. This is probably from this morning, if they went down. Morning, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Happy we're headed up.
You're right on. You're close now.
Take it with that so that you can see. You don't need to hold your sticks now.
We'll see you when you overtake us in 5 minutes.
I'm not. I'm going back.
Oh, good. There's only one thing that causes those scratches, and that's rock on rock.
Falling rock.
No, it would be the grinding. It would be, you know, just the way it was,
Many years ago.
yeah, the formation. I think I remember being here.
Morning.
Morning. Hello.
Thank you.
And to you.
How's it going?
Hey, good morning.
Thank you.
They made you carry everything, huh?
You bring a walking stick?
No. I don't want to get hooked on it. Although I fully expect.
Do you see people with walking sticks?
Oh, hell yeah. You know, people who use them say, yeah, and my dad does as well. Because, you know, back in the old days, my dad did a lot of hiking. I mean, that's how he, I mean, that's not how he got to the high point of all of those high points. Some of them were drive ups. But he says the walking sticks, the hiking poles do reduce the stress on your knees.
It seems like when they're using them, they're hunched over too.
Yeah. I should have been doing leg workouts. Hiking is like your tax return. The numbers are absolute. No way to squirm. Unless you're squirming. Let's see. I got 5 minutes. O'clock. 45 minutes.
I think the majority of the people we saw to the 125.
You'd like to think that, but I would say the majority. Yeah. Good morning. Because there's there's nothing except this until you get there, and there's the only thing that's there is that water, really. Good morning. You got water?
Yeah, I got
You're
enough.
good?
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Oh, look at this. It's unbelievable. I mean, it just doesn't look real. Yeah, this is where Chris said look up. In the morning it was earlier, so the sun was, there was less sunlight and it was redder. But look at that change in the stone color from there to there.
Looks like it's holding it up.
Huh. Got the truth. Yep, this is an unimproved trail. Right. Morning.